Yes, people. We're going to start doing daily episodes for the next month or 2 months just to see what the growth is like. So it's going to be really like challenge for my consistency as well. And these episodes are only going to be 10, 15 minutes long. But I just want to see what happens in terms of numbers and in terms of feedback from the podcast. And I kind of want it to be like people are going to work and they're driving to work every morning so they can just put on the backpack and Psychonaut and listen to their good friend Al just spout off some information and some of his teachings and findings. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. So in today's episode, we're going to discuss how to escape a rut and quick tips that I can give you to, and quick mindset shifts that you can use to get yourself out of a tricky situation, whether that be mental, physical, financial, whatever it is, and apply tactics and techniques and mindsets to get you out of this rut and get you towards making progress and using that compounding interest effect or the compound effect. So first, it's important to identify that you are stuck in a rut, and people just live their lives so habitually they just wake up and do the same things over and over again that they've just stifled their ambition and they're not aware that they are stuck in a rut. And even if you're mentally not feeling depressed or anxious, if you're doing the same things day in, day out, and you're finding that like you are yearning for something different, then you're stuck in a rut, and you need to admit that to yourself, because as soon as you admit that you're stuck in a rut, you become aware of it. And as I always say on these podcasts, the first step to a solution is awareness. You need to be aware that there is a problem, because there's nothing to solve if there is no problem. So look at your situation and go like, where has my life stifled? Where have I continued just to repeat the same habits over and over again? And where can I spice up my life by doing something different? Whether that be, I've been working in the same job for 2 years, 3 years, and I'm a little bit bored of it. Like, my boss is alright, but he can be a bit of a dick, and I hate driving to work. Other than now listening to the backpack and Psychonaut, I hate the amount of money I earn. I'm underpaid, but you know what? I'm pretty comfortable. Like, I got a nice house, nice car, blah blah blah. If that's what your mindset is now, you're settling for mediocrity. And if you want that to continue as you get older and to look back on your life with regret and remorse, then that's fine. But if you want to idealize this version of you and you want to achieve this amazing life that you're planning, or you want the fit wife, you want the financial freedom, you want the location independence, you want the six pack, you want all the things that you're desiring, you need to start taking action and like changing your circumstances. Because if you're stuck in a rut and you're repeating the same habitual behaviours over and over again, nothing is going to change. You're only going to grow as you're growing right now. You're just going to grow more into the identity of, I am someone who works this average job, or I'm someone who does this and do that. Like, you're not forcing yourself into change. So you're just going to evolve more and more and solidify the habits more and more, which is going to make it harder to escape this rut. So yeah, first get super clear that like, look, I'm stuck in a rut right now and something needs to change. And like, what do I want to change? How do I see my life in 5, 10, 15, 20 years? And give yourself a goal. Clarify that vision. Give yourself an ideal to head towards. That is the first step of getting out of a goal. And this is going to give you a spark of inspiration. It's going to ignite that ambition. It's going to be that realization of, wow, I am a human who has the capabilities of achieving these things, because people have achieved the things that you want to achieve. So if you just set a goal, you give yourself clarity, then there we are. You've got the knowledge. And that knowledge doesn't do you anything. The knowledge that you can achieve a six pack and that you can have a multi-million pound business and that you can have the lifestyle you want, that doesn't actually do anything to your reality right now. But what it does is it orders your mind. So when you're stuck in a rut, it can often feel like you're confused. You don't know what to do. You don't know how to improve. There's all these things that you could do and you're just choosing to do nothing. You're just continuing living the path of comfort. But once you set yourself an aspiration, you set yourself a goal, you now have something to compare yourself to. So now you can order and value what is in your reality to get towards that goal. So say if it's, at the moment, you don't have a goal, right? And you get home and you've got two options. You can either watch Netflix or go to the gym. You've had a long day. Work's been a ball ache. You haven't really got that much energy. You can always go to the gym tomorrow. So you choose to sit at home and watch Netflix. But if you have the goal of, I want to get in shape, I want to get a six pack, I want to be in the best shape of my life, then now you have a way of ordering the actions of what to take. So you've got all them excuses that come up, that I've had a long day, I want to eat some Doritos, sit on my couch, chill out, want to smoke a joint, whatever it is. But then you have this other chattering mind that's going, yeah, but you also want to get a six pack for that holiday, or you also want to be in the best shape of your life. And now you have a way of ordering and choosing which one. You have a counter argument to all the excuses that your mind is going to come up with. So give yourself the ideal, set out some goals. These goals don't have to be concrete. They can change as they go, but just give some order to your mind. Give yourself a reason to do something productive. Next is define what your life is going to be like if you continue repeating the same cycles behavior that you're doing right now. Say if you stay in your job for the next 10 years, 15 years, and you never push out your comfort zone. Let's say if you never move cities, you never go travel, you just live in your habitual comfort day in, day out. What's going to happen then? What's your life going to look like? If you continue doing the same things over and over again, how are you going to look in 10 years, 15 years, 20 years? Is your life going to be how you envisioned it when you was younger? Or are you just going to conform to what society has told you to conform to? So define that and really envision yourself being older. Like imagine your 80-year-old you, 70-year-old you, looking back at you and going, why didn't you go traveling? Like, why didn't you just ask that girl out? Why didn't you just get in shape? Why didn't you do the things that you wanted to do? So you need to define that hell. Give yourself hell and give yourself a heaven. And now you've got something to run away from and something to aim towards. The next step is, now you've got goals, you've got visions, you've got something to run away from. Let's start with the compound effects. Let's slowly improve ourselves and pick something that we can stick to right now. So let's say you've got the goal of this ideal lifestyle of you, this you want to achieve. Now you can start going, right, number one is to get into the gym. I'm going to get into the gym consistently. That's the first lifestyle change that I'm going to implement. And that might look like a 3-day full body split. That might look like going to the gym 5 times a week, 6 times a week. It might look like just going for a run, doing some press-ups at home. Whatever it is, just start small and realize that you're stuck in a rut right now. And anything that you do is better than what you're doing. And as is the nature of growth, the more you do things, the more your growth is going to compound and the more the habit of your mind is going to increase to do better things and more productive things. So that's going to be the next step, is start small. Identify what your main goal is, break it down and think, what can I do today? What can I do this week? And what can I do this month that are going to get me on the right direction towards achieving this goal? A quick mindset shift as well is also like, don't be ashamed of yourself when you fall into bad habits again. Growth isn't linear. Nothing just happens all of a sudden. It's not like a graph that goes straight up. As you go out into the world and as you try and achieve your goals, you're going to struggle. You're going to fall back into bad habits. You're going to realize that, I give up. What am I doing? I fell back into bad habits. And then you're going to pick up again. And it's going to be this constant cycle of growth. 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward. And every time you step back, it's another realization that where you don't want to be. So when you keep getting stuck in ruts and you keep falling behind your goals and falling back into old habits, just show gratitude and assurance for yourself that like you're on the right path and growth is never linear. And I think that's all I've really got for just escaping a rut. I can't give you like practical tips because everyone's different, everyone's goals are different, but have the mindset shift of I need to clarify and order my mind to know what actions to take, and I need to slowly work towards that new idealized version of myself. And as that happens, life will take care of itself. Things will start to improve. I've just got to trust the process. And yeah, getting stuck in a rut, it can be really hard because you can feel so depressed, so anxious, you can feel so confused. But it really, you can start as simple as just tidying your room. This is so interesting. I notice when my life is the messiest, when my mind is the most chaotic, it is when my room reflects that. My room becomes messy. I have clothes all over the floor. I have clothes on my bed. I don't order my books properly in my room, and like everything starts to become unordered. And it's that notion of entropy. The universal state is to conspire towards chaos. So as the universe is working through its evolution, we'll find that everything becomes messy. So look at a business. If you don't organize a business, if you don't put systems in place, the business becomes messy. People become unproductive. If you look at your room, if you don't tidy your room, if you don't have like systems of like my clothes go in this drawer and the book goes on the bookshelf, if you just throw things everywhere, the room becomes messy. Everything conspires towards chaos. And by giving things clarity and giving things order and structures, you then create reality into an ordered manner. You give it, you concretize it, so you know what's happening. You can get clarity from it, and your goals are the same, and your life is the same. So, yeah, like look at the chaos, look where things are messy, and try and piece order together. Tidy your room, then sort your finances out. Write out a plan for a weekly and monthly budget. Write a gym plan out. Start tracking your calories. All these things that seem messy, focus your attention on them one at a time. Don't try and do everything at once, but focus your attention on them one at a time. Pick one, improve one. Make that a habit. Then pick another one, improve that. Make that a habit. And then just slowly compound, and your idealized version will come and meet you if you have this adoption of a mindset. So, yeah, that's an episode today, people. Thank you very much for listening. I've been like writing a lot recently, and so these are all like the ideas for me writing. So everything I write, every article, I will just summarize it into a 10-minute podcast as well. And it's going to be interesting to see if these grow. But yeah, thank you very much for listening, people, and I'll see you all in the next episode.